finally got some newsworthy frontline news, so buckle up and we will start in Robotyne. So basically, as we've all known for a long time, Ukraine has this part of Robotyne as fighting continues in this sector of Robotyne. This gun means fighting reported, and the Russians hang on to the southern part of Robotyne. So basically what this means, all of this is under Ukrainian control, and basically the Ukrainians have entered Robotyne from this side. I've heard some people say that Robotyne will fall within a couple of days, because that was the thing that happened with Regina, and although that could be factual, I wouldn't take what happened with one village and say it's going to happen with another village. However, I do believe Robotyne will end up being a victory for Ukraine. However, just to say because it happened with this village, it's going to happen with this village, in my opinion, isn't the best thing to do, because these are two different places. More men may be in Robotyne, more men could have been in Regina, more men could have been attacking Robotyne, more men could have been attacking Regina. So yeah, even though I do believe we will see, at least at the very most in the next week or two, Robotyne fall. However, I've heard some reports saying it will fall in a couple of days. Now, these reports weren't from any military officials or anybody like that. So moving on to Regina. As we all know by this time, Ukraine has all of Regina under its control, and fighting, these blue guns mean fighting has been reported here. So basically what the Ukrainians are trying to do is take this village, I'm not going to try to pronounce that name, take this village and move to Stalmanyovka. And basically by doing that, they would reach the front line of defense, which is somewhere around here. This map does not show it, and I do apologize for that. So that's basically what's going on. Fighting over here, we did have battles with Ukraine losing vehicles over here. Yesterday it was. We have not seen any combat footage yet, but by the end of today, and today, just to tell you guys, is August 18th. By the end of today, we should have some combat footage throughout these whole front lines. So, moving on to the Bakhmut area. Let me get us there. Nothing really happened anywhere else down here. Moving on to the Bakhmut area, nothing again is happening at all. So we'll go over here, and Russia is making advances over here and over here in particular. And basically, the fighting was reported here and here. So this is the town, again, not going to even try to pronounce that name, but you can see right here, it's the town that is under Ukrainian control. Pretty difficult for the Russians to take, being that there are rivers that run through the town. So that's going to be difficult for any military to take, because you're trying to cross a river while the enemy's firing at you. Just not the best place you want to be in. However, Russia has complete dominance in artillery and firepower. So Russia has this whole entire village under their control in the firepower. So Russia can bomb these Ukrainians until they retreat, and this may take weeks and even months, but I don't believe so. However, I do believe this town will end up, or village, whatever you want to call it, will end up falling to the Russians. Now, moving on to Kupiansk, the Kupiansk front. So, as we know, well, I've said so, this village has fallen to the Russians. There's been no videos of Russians occupying the village, and that's because Russians are trying to go around it from these areas. However, there was fighting reported here. Fighting is reported in front of the village, means that Ukraine, has lost this village, and Ukraine's over here and on their front lines. So that's basically all what's going on here. Now, again, I mentioned this in my last update, but this is big enough to mention in like almost all the updates. Russia is building forces here, and many people say, actually the Russians have said, they're preparing for offensive. Could this be a psyop? Yes, but this is probably 9 out of 10 not a psyop. They're coming for Sumy and the Sumy region, and Ukraine is going to have to, unless they have some things we don't know about, pull their forces, at least a little bit of their forces, from the front lines to Sumy. Like many people are saying, the Ukrainians are trying to get the Russians to do in Kherson, pull them from the lines here and put them in Kherson, so Kherson will not fall. That is the news for today. A lot's happening. Again, it's still pretty early, so it may be late in Ukraine, but it's still pretty early, so we haven't really gotten any footage yet. However, I will do a video when we get footage, and yeah, that's basically it. Again, Moscow, a drone attack on Moscow was intercepted, and the drone hit a building. No casualties reported by the mayor of Moscow. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. YouTube, I do not condone violence or war, and I believe there should be peace in this world. And by reporting, I'm simply reporting. I'm not condoning any violence or war taking place in this world. Thank you.